Hello, everyone. Today, I have a story for you. A soft, emotional story about a little bird, a young boy, and a lesson that can change the way you see your life. In a quiet village, surrounded by tall green trees and a deep, peaceful forest, there lived a boy named Raffy. Raffy was gentle, smart, and full of dreams. He imagined becoming a traveler one day, exploring mountains and oceans. But he had one weakness. Raffy became upset easily when things took time. He wanted quick results. If something didn't happen fast, he believed it never would. One cool morning, Raffy went into the forest to collect firewood for his mother. The ground was wet from last night's rain. The smell of damp earth filled the air. Birds hopped from branch to branch, singing fresh morning songs. As Raffy walked deeper into the trees, he heard something unusual, a small, trembling cry. It was not loud. It was soft, almost like someone calling for help. Raffy followed the sound and found a tiny yellow bird lying on the grass. Its wing was twisted. Its little chest moved quickly with fear. Raffy knelt down slowly, his heart softened. "It's okay. You're safe," he whispered. Even though the bird couldn't speak, its eyes looked at Raffy as if begging for protection. He carefully picked it up and held it close to his chest. The bird was light, very light, like a fragile piece of sunshine. Raffy brought the bird home. He placed it in a small wooden box lined with cotton and cloth. He warmed the box near the window where soft sunlight fell every morning. He named the bird Suno, the one who listens. Every day, Raffy cared for Suno. He gave it seeds, water, and soft crumbs of bread. The bird slowly grew calmer. Its eyes became brighter. But after a few days, Raffy felt impatient again. "Why aren't you flying yet?" he complained, staring at the bird. His mother heard him. "Raffy," she said gently, "healing is a journey. You cannot rush a journey. You must be patient." Raffy looked away. He didn't like waiting. To him, waiting felt like losing. That night, Raffy sat beside Suno's box. The moonlight made the room look silver and quiet. Suno opened its tiny eyes and looked at him. Raffy whispered, "If you don't try, how will you fly?" He believed he was helping, but deep inside, he was rushing, forcing, pushing. He thought, maybe tomorrow I will take him outside. Maybe he just needs a little push. The next morning, Raffy woke up early. The sky was turning gold and pink. The air felt fresh and new. He picked up Suno carefully and walked to the forest. His heart was beating fast, excited, hopeful. He placed the bird on a low branch. "Okay, Suno," he said softly. "Be brave. Spread your wings." The bird looked scared. It shook its head weakly, as if saying, "I am not ready." But Raffy didn't understand. He thought he was doing the right thing. He gently pushed the bird upward. For a moment, there was silence. Then the little bird flapped its wings, trying, struggling. Failing, Suno fell. Not far, but hard enough to hurt. Raffy gasped and ran to the ground. The bird lay still, shocked, scared, weaker than before. Raffy's heart broke. Guilt filled his chest like a heavy stone. He whispered, trembling, "I'm sorry, Suno. I'm so sorry." Tears filled his eyes as he held the fragile bird in his hands. That night, Raffy didn't smile. He didn't play. He didn't talk much. He sat beside Suno, watching its tiny body sleep. His chest hurt, not because of anger or impatience, but because of regret. Why did I rush? Why didn't I listen? Why did I push? The questions repeated in his mind. His mother sat next to him quietly. She placed a warm hand on his shoulder. "Raffy," she said, "sometimes things go wrong because we don't trust the timing. And sometimes God delays something because he has a better plan than ours." Raffy looked up slowly. Her voice felt like a soft lamp in a dark room. She continued, "God knows when we are ready. God knows when the right moment comes. But we must trust, we must wait." Raffy listened deeply. Those words touched him. A gentle, warm feeling filled his heart, like understanding, like peace. He realized something important. Both he and the bird needed time, both needed patience, so he decided to change. From that day onward, Raffy cared for Suno with slow hands and a calm heart. He fed the bird carefully. He warmed its box every morning. He let it rest. He talked to it gently. And day by day, Suno grew stronger. Its eyes became bright and alert. Its wings stretched wider. One beautiful morning, the sky was clear and blue. Light spilled through the window like liquid gold. Raffy opened Suno's box and gasped. The bird was standing tall, full of energy. It hopped to the edge of the box. It spread its wings slowly, gracefully, confidently. Raffy carried it outside, but this time he didn't rush. He didn't push. He simply opened his hands, and Suno flew, not a small jump, not a short flutter, but a true, wide, beautiful flight across the sky. Raffy watched, his eyes shiny with joy, love, and gratitude. At that moment, something inside him changed forever. He understood the lesson. Everything has its time, and God's plan is always better than yours. The bird didn't fly earlier because it wasn't ready. Raffy didn't understand earlier because he wasn't ready. But now, both had grown. The forest looked brighter. The sky looked wider. And Raffy's heart felt peaceful, full of hope, trust, and patience. So if you ever feel tired of waiting, if you ever feel like life is slow, if you ever feel confused or discouraged, remember this story. Remember the little bird who flew at the right time. Remember Raffy, who learned to trust the journey. Take a deep breath. Trust God's plan. Trust God's timing. And trust that every delay has a purpose.